Okay, we're in Sheffield with Steve Peat and the all-new Santa Cruz Bullit. Steve, what an absolute monster of a bike.
I've been waiting a long time for this bike. It's beautiful.
Yeah. I think the first thing we really need to cover off is we rode the Valor last year. Incredible bike, 150, 160. Yep. This bike is 170 rear, 170mm up front. Could you explain to people, as someone who's come or transitioned from a hardtail bike riding cross-country and World Cup downhill on a hardtail, and then over the period of 10 years, you went up to 220mm on the V10 downhill bike. Do you think that there is a difference in downhill performance between, say, a Fox 36 with 160 travel and a Fox 38 with 170 travel?
Yes.
Oh, definitive.
Definitely.
And why is that? Why is that?
I guess for me, with the e-bike being a little bit heavier and you're coming into some braking bumps and hitting stuff hard, you can get a little bit of flex like on the front end. And for me, the 38 just feels a lot more stable and better with the weight of the e-bike behind it. And probably my extra timber these days.
Not going any slower though, right?
No,
but speed is part of it, isn't it?
Yeah, speed's part of it. I love going fast. That's what's fun for me. So this bike can get to the top of the hill quick and still ride the tech downhill tracks that I've always loved riding, and do it on an e-bike and do it all more often.
Just to tune into, I think that on certain trails, I've done this with bikes in the past, like a Fox 34 or a Fox 36 with like 150, 160, on certain tracks, maybe kind of mellower gradients, is actually as fast as a 170.
Yeah, I would agree with that, yeah. You can chuck that bike around a little bit more. It's a little bit lighter, a little bit more responsive, I guess. But yeah, as soon as you get a bit more tech and into it, then you need a bit more travel, I think.
Yeah, I'm just trying to, the reason I'm asking this is because people who have got the choice of maybe, say, a Santa Cruz Valor or a Santa Cruz Bullit, it's a really difficult decision to make because it might be seen as they're quite similar bikes, but this is actually a lot more capable. This is a kind of a downhill rider's bike. Would you agree?
Definitely, and that's what Santa Cruz are kind of branding at a little bit. It is the downhiller's e-bike. Last week, I was on the old Bullit riding in Maribor. We were testing with the team. I was up there filming the guys, doing some line stuff with them, watching them on track, and I was riding my Bullit, and I was riding a downhill track on my Bullit, and it felt really good. It felt capable. The Valor wouldn't feel that good there, but riding up to those trails, it would feel amazing.
It's funny, actually. We've been looking at Steve's 2000 World Cup winning iDrive from Leger, 370mm bottom bracket, 660mm wide bars. I mean, this bike, just to go through a few geometry numbers on this bike, you've got a 342mm bottom bracket, which is considerably lower than your bike from 25 years ago. You've got a 450 chainstay. What's really cool on this bike is the 78-degree C-tube angle, which means that it puts you, the rider, in a comfortable position so you can balance your weight front and rear on technical climbs. Surprisingly, you've gone for a size XL on this. There is a size XXL as well. There's 497 reach on this bike.
Yeah, I've never felt like I've needed the double XL bike. I've always liked to have a little bit more fitted for me, I guess, just to chuck it about and have fun on the downhills and stuff like that. So,
and obviously, being a trials rider, the uphill tech is something which is close to your heart as well, right?
Definitely, yeah. I always say to people, the people ask why you ride an e-bike, and I'm like, well, to be honest, I can get to the top of the hills quicker and do more of the fun stuff that I like. The downhills that we just talked about, and yeah, I have fun getting to the top, climbing stuff. You'll try a bit more trialsy stuff just because you've got a little bit of power to help you get over something or around something, and it's just fun.
Have you seen, talking about trials, have you seen what Chris Ackrick does on an e-bike?
Yeah, it's amazing. I think he's one of the riders that's taking the e-bike to the next level a little bit. He's using the power of the engine and doing things on it to help him get through those sort of technical things, and
do you think
making it look good.
Do you think, as a trials rider, do you think uphill tech will ever become a cool thing on an e-bike?
Already is for me. I love it.
I'm glad you said that, because I find this a strategy that's needed for uphill tech and the physicality involved and the like the planning and the hunting down grip. I find it fascinating.
Yeah, and it's like, I mean, yeah, we are trials riders at heart, I suppose, but yeah, getting up there and you have a little dab and you slip on a little bit, you end up coming back down and having another go, and it's just fun. It's fun to get up as well as ride down now.
Just talking about a few more parts with the bike, 27.5 wheels. This is partly Steve's full build, although it's literally just come off the truck and into the house. So we're going to be doing a bit of tweaking later, especially when it comes down to the tubeless setup. Actually, quite interesting, there's a Bosch Performance Line CX motor on this with an internal 600 watt-hour battery. Now, this is something which is really, really important for people to understand. There's become an obsession with torque and peak power, especially in the past 12 months. And I think for good reason, because it does allow you to do more technical climbing and for heavier riders to do steeper climbing. But one number, and I mentioned this a few weeks ago, is the efficiency of the e-bike system. Now, I did a ride on the same motor and battery combination a couple of days ago and got 1,100 meters of climbing and 30 kilometers on a 600 watt hour. And that's in full power mode. So what's cool about a bike like this is you can run it with a 600 or you can get a range extender. Steve's already tapped me about range extenders. A 250 range extender, so you got 850 watt hours. And that's a good range, right? Because I'm done after two hours, because I think that'll probably give you a 2.5 hour ride time. Yep. In boost mode, it's full on, isn't it?
Yeah, it's full on. It's just pure fun for 2.5 hours, isn't it? So that range extender will be really good for us heavier set guys as well, won't it?
Yeah. And yeah, I'm sure there's I think ride time is an important metric for people to think about. And I think in terms of the numbers, the weight numbers, I think this bike weighs in at about 23 kilos. I think that's in size medium. Steve, you've got lots of other bits and pieces on you. You've got your pack on there. You've got there's room for a water bottle. Coil shock. We've not talked about the new linkage. Obviously, as someone who's been VPP since 2006. It is 2006, isn't it?
That's correct. Yep.
Almost 20 years.
Yeah. For me, yeah, I mean, riding the Valor, it felt really nice, but riding it on this new Bullit, like we were talking about, those sort of hits that you get, and this bike stays really active under braking on those braking bumps and stuff like that, more tech trail, so it just makes that ride a little bit nicer and a little bit more planted.
It's a really solid piece of kit in the middle of the bike there to have, isn't it? And you can see they've also got a seat stay bridge in there. The bike has also got an adjustable geometry just on the bike. What am I missing, Steve? I'm missing some details, surely. What have we got? We've got XTR. Steve's running XTR componentry on there.
XTR throughout, yeah.
Yeah, I'm surprised you got clipped in on this bike. I thought you were on flats.
To be honest, I went flats for a long time, and since I started doing a little bit more downhill racing again last year, I went back to being clipped in. I was always clipped in, like my cross-country days and all that, and I just feel like I'm more efficient on a bike when I'm clipped in. I pedal more efficiently.
God, you still attention to detail, and after all.
When
did you become a professional downhill racer? In 1995, so that's 30 years ago. Still obsessing.
I do kind of think about that, yeah. We did a race yesterday at
How'd you get on?
And
national race, right?
National race, yeah. And I'm in the old man's class, obviously. But there was a quarry gap up there that I did probably 20 years ago. And it was the talk of the weekend. Everyone's like, have you done quarry gap yet? And first day of practice, didn't do it. But I couldn't stop thinking about it. I knew it was easy, but it's scary because there's a massive drop to one side. So when you're in the air, you think it's way bigger than it actually is. And I made Laurie tow me into it on Sunday morning and jumped it. And then I did it like 3 or 4 more times. I did it in my race run yesterday. So it's quite nice to tick that off. But yeah, I've still got that in my mind where I'm like, things bug me until I can tick them off.
I can't actually believe I'm sat in your house talking about you not doing a gap jump.
It's a good job I did it then, isn't it? But it just takes me a lot longer these days to build up to do that stuff. And I wanted to follow someone in. I didn't know the speed and just needed a bit of reassurance.
I think for you to say things like that is actually reassuring for everybody watching this video. Something I need to be reassured about is the fact that, and this is straight up, is I've never actually done a tubeless setup, and I see that you need to get that sorted on your bike. Can you give me a quick masterclass in setting up this bike tubeless, please?
It's the easiest thing ever. I can't believe you've still not
Come on,
done it.
let's go and have a go. I've actually taken a million tyres off trials bikes and bled brakes, but I've never done a tubeless setup on a mountain bike.
I can't believe that, but we will help you through this.
So do you remember how nervous I was before we went on stage to do the interview about your book? Check out Steve's book. That's actually how I feel now.
Nervous about
I'm really nervous about, yeah.
Right, mate, you've got a stripped down wheel there.
Yeah.
It's ready to go. You've got to tape it. So you've got to tape it good, go past the valve a little bit to start your tape, go over the valve, do a full rotation of the rim and go past the valve a little bit and cut your tape.
Oh my God, I will
Get
do
it
it.
stuck down. Get that first bit like thumbed into that groove and
Thumb it in the groove.
stuck down really well. Yeah, that's it. Keep going back on yourself. Make sure it's stuck down properly. I find it a bit easier if you lift the rim off the ground and then pull the tape and pull the rim away from you a little bit.
Like this?
Yeah.
Oh, now you're talking. Now you're talking.
These little tech
Now
tips,
you're talking.
they'll help you.
That's way easier because you actually get a bit of tension in the tape.
You're trying to rush it, Stephen.
Okay.
Slow down.
I guess that's what the same with the race run, right?
Yeah.
If you try to rush a race run,
Yeah. You're going to make mistakes and blow up corners and lose time, essentially. Once you've got your head around it, it's quite easy, but this is the little bit of a faff.
Yeah.
And then once that's done, you won't have to tape that rim again for a good while.
I think I've made a decent foundation here, I think.
Please comment on this video.
I'm literally
We
going
want
to be
lots
torn.
of comments
I'm
about
going to be torn to
Steve's
pieces.
ability to tape a rim.
I think this is an art. Right, I'm
Might do
done.
red valves on
I'm
this
done.
one. Yeah,
What do I do now?
Often.
There you go.
Just got to make sure it's stuck. all
It's
the way
definitely stuck. That first part I did is
'Cause
actually...
the big thing about that is if it's not stuck and you've got a bit coming up in a place, you will lose air out of your spoke holes.
Yeah, I don't
so
do that.
that's what you're trying to seal. You've got to make sure it's a good seal all the way around.
I tell you what, when you're hammering down a race run, please beware that I've actually set up your tubeless, right? I guess this just comes down to
We
having...
do it after.
Next up, looks like I need to make a hole, right?
So now we've made it so easy for you because our tape is a little bit translucent, so you can find something sharp, make a little hole, and then you want to make the hole smaller than the actual valve, though. So here's your valves, mate. We'll have red ones on that.
Okay, well, we got red ones. Let me just make this hole. How do I make the hole?
I sometimes use a thin Allen key or like a little pick or something.
Got it, got it. Oh yeah, you can see through.
And then don't widen that. I would now push your valve through so it helps it seal. Put the rubber on.
This is actually quite easy, isn't it?
Yeah, and then you tighten the valve up as tight as you can because that's one of the key points that you need to get the seal in the bottom of the rim.
I tell you what, Steve, I didn't know why you didn't do this because it's so easy. You could actually do this yourself.
Don't have a dog and bark yourself, mate.
Okay, we're good. You gonna check that?
Let's have a little look.
Check the rim.
That's not too bad for
Out
your
of 10?
first go.
I mean, you gotta have a downhill casing on an e-bike, haven't you?
I would just recommend looking at the rear tyre where the Maxis is lined up to the valve as well, just so you get it right.
You are a comedian as well.
No, it's not that I'm OCD, but that's where it has to go.
Do you really have to have the X's?
I do.
What happens if I haven't got the X's?
I'll get in trouble all the time from people if I don't
Wow,
have it.
you can't turn the tyre on there, now I've got it on.
Make sure the bead's in the middle. Look at the wheels! Go look at every bike in there, they'll all be between the X's.
No, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. That's just vanity. You can see that, that's fine. Maxis is by the valve.
That's gonna bug me for life.
Oh no, I'm not taking that off again just to get the X in the place. Sakes.
Language. It didn't take you long, that, did it? It's a little thing, and you'll be happy with that then for longer.
All right.
Are they tight?
No, they're good, actually. They're good. Right.
One of the big things is if your tyre is tight and you end up using a tyre lever or something to put it on, you got to be really careful not to nick the tape, because then once the tape's got a hole in it, it's not going to be sealed again.
Do I put the tyre on all the way?
You could put the tyre on all the way, then we could put sealant through the valve after, yeah.
Really? Can I use one of those canisters to blow it up?
Of course you can.
Next. Come on,
Next.
Steve.
take the valve, the head of the valve, and take the valve core out.
Oh, you do that differently.
Oh,
really?
it's the other cap. The other cap. That's a spoke key. So our valves have a spoke key on one end and a valve core remover on the other end.
Let me just show you guys that. As you can see, that's absolutely bang dead centre there. Let's take the valve core out. Valve core's out.
Right, where you got to?
I got the valve core out.
Core's out, so...
He's sitting comfortably for the...
Now yeah, I'm comfy, mate. Now you need to get 29-inch wheel, 120 mil of sealant in the valve.
120 mil, what's that in pints? Is that like a half pint?
120 mil, it's not even a half, is it?
Where's the sealant?
Shake it, baby. Lift it up, squeeze it in. You'll see the particles going inside.
I'm pretty pleased with myself for that. That's the first time. It's the first time I've ever put tubeless sealant into a tyre. Isn't there a danger of like the stuff going everywhere?
There is a danger.
There is that danger. I thought there was that danger.
The danger of tyre blowing off and you covering you in sealant.
Oh, joke. Is really?
Oh, there's all these things, isn't there?
So you've done a bit of prep for me here, right?
Yep. That is a 25-gram canister.
Yeah.
Ready to go on. Can you get my tyre done, please?
So what happens now?
You blow it up. You've used a canister before, haven't you? Or are you nervous?
The last time I used a canister was here with you to fix puncture. If this goes on, I will be mind blown. I can't believe how nervous I am.
Push it on quite hard. Does that sound like it's going in?
You've got to be kidding me.
It's blowing up.
You have got to be kidding me. How long, when do I take it off?
Oh, have you heard the bead? Has the bead snapped on in a few places?
Ah!
Don't panic.
What do I do now?
It's froze a bit. Just leave it now. Leave it.
The tyre is actually on.
Might not have gone on all the way around.
It's not gone on all the way. It needs speeding up here, so I get a bit more air.
Yeah, we could finish it off with a pump if you want. So you might need to go up to about 40 to get it to bead properly, like now. But you'll hear the bead crack on. That's it.
Done. And that, I think you'll find, is a tubeless masterclass. Thank you so much for...
Wait, let me have a look at it before I shake your hand.
Well, let me just double check. I think this is now ready to go and win the next World Cup. Starts very soon, Steve.
Let me have a look. Let me check that first. Not sure our mechanics would quite trust it, but definitely beaded. Just see one big mistake.
Huh?
Logo's off a little bit. You haven't done the valve core up, and you haven't put the valve cap back on.
How come that's moved? That's moved. That wasn't like that.
It's not between the X's, is it?
No, that wasn't like that earlier.
And can I have a valve cap on?
So what's happened there is the tyre is stretched. It is between the X's there.
Almost.
Right, Steve, I was going to slot this into your bullet.
Yeah.
And time for you to go and hit the trails. Alan,
you know one thing we really need to check on this is the rotation on the tyre. He's put it on backwards. So confident.
Oh my God. I cannot believe I've just done that. What an abs. Oh, I'm so sorry, folks. I'm so sorry. It's because I'm so used to Schwalbe tyres.
You know how easy it is, but now you just got to make sure you get everything right along the way.